Hi, so in the fourth one, in terms of what's changing in patch 7.2.5 to be aware of, I was going to talk about a few things, but in actual fact, Blizzard have been changing things right now. So the patch has gone live in North America. We're still waiting for the EU, as I do this at the moment. But there are a few things to do with professions that I was going to talk about anyway, but there's been a new change with professions as well. So thanks very much, Blizzard. Something I said in one of my previous videos is now wrong. Always like that. But it's a good change. It's a great change. But there have been other changes. There have been hot-fixing things as the patch has gone live. One of them is to do with artifact power. Now, they've actually updated the patch notes, so they've actually put some of these things in the patch notes. The first one's a bit cryptic. It says Legion raid bosses now have a new artifact... Get me teeth in. Legion raid bosses now have a new artifact power item that drops 100% of the time, once per week on all difficulties except Raid Finder. Now, that sounds to me like it's been a bit like Nighthold. In Nighthold, you get bosses dropping artifact power tokens guaranteed, but in Emerald Nightmare, Trial of Valor, it was sort of, you know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So it's like it's doing it all the time now. And it says on all difficulties. Now, what apparently that means is on one difficulty. Because what people are reporting is they're going into a raid, doing it on one difficulty, getting tokens off every boss, but then doing it on another difficulty and not getting any tokens. So it sounds to me like you pick a mode. But then there's the LFR bit, so they're not going to drop off bosses in LFR. What's going to happen instead is you get one for completing the wing. At the moment, or I say at the moment for me, you just get gold. Where now you're going to get an artifact power for completing the wing, but not off each individual boss. So take that how you wish. But the other thing to do with artifact power is the nerfing something. The Legion follower equipment that previously granted an artifact power item 100% of the time off world quests, which I've had, now grants an artifact power item of 5 times the value, but 20% of the time. So it's like the overall amount of artifact power you're going to get is going to be the same if you do lots of world quests, but you're not getting it guaranteed. Sounds weird to me. That sounds like first of all, you read it's a nerf. It's not actually a nerf, is it? Because, you know, 20% of the time, but 5 times as powerful. Well, that's the same as 100% of the time at its base one. So it's not, it's just, it averages out if you do a lot of world quests. And you can either be lucky or unlucky if you only do a few world quests, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's just... now, in terms of professions, there were some that were already announced. I just didn't mention because, well, there's not enough of them to put into a video. And it didn't really fit anywhere else. But it is interesting to note that some people have been noting that it's very difficult to get the rank 3, specifically for something like mining. People have been saying they've been doing so much mining, not getting the rank 3. Blizzard did actually say a few weeks ago, well, it is rare. It's a rare chance. They're actually increasing it. So mining significantly increased the proc chance to start each of the rank 3 quest lines. Herbalism significantly increased the drop proc chance to start each of the rank 3 quest lines. Same thing with skinning. Okay. And also for alchemy, significantly increased the drop and proc chance to receive the rank 3 recipes. So for those particular rank 3 recipes, it's going to be a little bit easy. It's still RNG. At the end of the day, don't expect to just go out there first day and suddenly get it. It's still, they're not saying that they're going to make it a massively high chance, but they're going to make it a significantly increased chance. So that's pretty good news for those sort of people. But the other thing is the crafted, and it's still in the patch notes right now, that it says this, because the scaling just before the patch where I am now is you can craft gear and scale it up to 875 item level, and that was going to be increased to 885. Then people were noticing that they can craft it all the way up to 900. And Blizzard were queried on this and they've tweeted, actually, no, that's a hot fix. That's in there now. So they haven't updated the patch notes as I do this. Presumably they will be doing. But yes, crafted items can go up to 900 item level. That means you might need to consider if some of your pieces of gear might be better off with crafted gear, which is better itemized. Or maybe even the Dark Moon Fair trinkets might be appealing. Now, in terms of other hot fixes, one minor one might affect some people in Nighthold is to take account of the fact that they have effectively changed certain classes, some buffs, some nerfs, all the rest of it. They are reducing the amount of health that Gul'dan has on Heroic and Mythic by 3%. But also they're reducing the damage of Gul'dan's Fell Scythe, Croesus's Searing Brand, and several of Star Augur's abilities, presumably magic damage abilities, by 15%. The theory from our raid leader, which is probably correct, is this is to take account of the fact that Guardian Druids are getting shafted. So it's to reduce the impact on them, because all of a sudden those abilities might be a bit dodgy now. And then the last thing, and people will be delighted about this, I'm certainly delighted about this, not me personally, but for, as I say, people coming into the game, they are going to massively reduce the amount of time it takes to get your artifact knowledge up. Because like at the moment, like if you've been playing for a lot of Legion, your artifact knowledge 40 now. For Alts, that's okay. You can just get them an artifact knowledge 40 tome. Buy it with order resources, send it off to them. But what about a newish player or a returning player? Well, there's a hotfix currently being worked on. I don't know whether it's in the game just yet. I think it is, actually. But I can't confirm that because it's not live in the EU yet, either way. It says, so that reduce the amount of time it takes to get the artifact knowledge cap of 40 in order to allow returning players to catch up more quickly. Specifically, this hotfix will reduce the time it takes to research ranks of artifact knowledge between 26 and 40, obviously getting up to 26 is dead easy, to 40, to approximately 4 hours each. 4 hours. We hope to make this retroactive to any work orders already in progress. So if you just sent one out, it's not going to take you 5 days still, it's 4 hours. Once these changes are live, a returning player should be able to reach the maximum level of artifact knowledge in only a few days. Fantastic, okay? Absolutely the thing they want to be doing, not making artifacts knowledge a barrier for returning players or new players. So that is actually pretty good news. So there we are. Those are some of the latest changes for patch 10.2.5. We might come on tomorrow and find there's even more, but we'll see then. But hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you later.